Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Of course, I'm still straightening everything. Welcome to all the folks that are live. If, if, something odd is happening. Hey guys, I needed to, I was stuck in an endless loop because I had myself open in another window. Hey, namaste. Tell me your name, where you're from in the chat. The chat should be to your right. And if you are in mobile, I'm not sure where the chat is. Welcome, welcome. I am so happy and grateful that you are here live. And for those of you who are going to be watching this in the replay, just know I will add a timestamp. So a timestamp should be below the video so you can jump forward. But because this is live and it's more community focused, I spend a little bit just greeting people who are here. And so I'm going to be doing that. Let's see. All right. So live, you guys. This is why they don't do live on broadcast TV. Anything could happen. If my cat comes and jumps and knocks the computer off, because you can see there's light shining on me. And so there's little reflections, and Percival's like, what is that? And so he might do something crazy, like just leap across the screen. So in that case, love you and goodbye if that happens. So let's see. Tony, hi, Tony. Tony's from California. Kaya from Trinidad, welcome. I'm pretty sure you have been, yes, because I remember you. Kayana, hello, Kayana. So, and Tony, I'm pretty sure you have been here before as well. So welcome, welcome to the community. So today we will be talking about Metta, but it's different than the other lives. So let me know if you've been here on any of the other ones about Metta. Let me know that in the chat. Because again, it's funny, I was watching another a girl's live and she's like, yeah, it's weird because you're like talking to yourself in a room. Okay, so text me, say things in the chat, so I know. And I do see a number. There are 8 of us here right now that are live. So yeah, have you been here before? Okay, yeah. I'm going to explain, Tony. Yeah, so you have no idea what it is. That's okay. Hi, I've never heard about Metta before. Okay, so great. What Metta is, and also if you hear a door slamming, it's because I left my outer screen door. I didn't close it, so you might hear whoop, whoop. Okay, nobody's trying to break in. It's just the wind in my door. So Metta, M-E-T-T-A. Metta it means loving kindness. So it is a practice from the Buddhist tradition. It's almost like, every great religion has a practice like this. It is to develop compassion for ourselves and others. And so, like I always say, this analogy may not be politically correct, but it's true. Like I go eat at a Chinese restaurant, I don't come out Chinese or speaking Chinese, right? Which would be nice if I could speak Chinese. That would be helpful. So you do not have to be a Buddhist to do the Metta, okay? I think most of you know and are open-minded enough. I am a mystic. I pull from various spiritual traditions, and we'll also talk about, I'm finding more and more things are actually in my lineage. And for many of us, especially, well, I won't go down that road because that'll take me off on another tangent, but just know that you have ancestors from all over the world, going back before, great grandparents and what we know of. So very much right now, we need the wisdom of the entire planet. And so I share from particular lens. And so Metta, M-E-T-T-A, is just loving kindness. It is a practice like mindfulness, which has become hugely famous. That's also, sorry, cat hair floating. That also comes out of the Buddhist tradition and has been westernized and stripped of any spiritual connotation. That's mindfulness. Metta is from the same tradition. And so we will be doing a practice for ourselves. But today, and I'm going to jump in pretty soon because, again, folks who watch in the replay, they don't like, especially if I'm greeting people, they're like, who are these people? You know, because they weren't here live. So we'll start in about a minute or so. But what we'll be doing today with the Metta is for a stranger and for ourselves. And I'll say more about that. I just want to let a few more folks arrive, and I'll look at some questions as well. And me, yes, wearing red and pink. When I was in college, there was a woman from Africa. I think her name was Nini, and she'd wear like orange and pink. And I just thought it was odd at the time. And now I'm like, you know what, red and pink, yeah, you know, not really typically put together, but I like that. I like sort of the just punches of color. I think we need that. I think that color is very healing. So it's good to wear some color, especially if you feel down, right? Wearing some root chakra colors. And the soft pink, I like that as well. That's in the red family, of course. And I find I like a deep, sort of a bright pink. Let me know if you also like hot pink and fuchsia. Those are my colors. So yeah, so Metta, if you want to tell me back now that you know it, right? Loving kindness. And so we'll be doing it for the world. But the Metta has several stages. So welcome to those of you just joining me. Metta has several stages, this practice. It's to develop compassion, or what we'll also call like softening the heart. So what does that mean? That means making us more compassionate. And we can see how that is needed in the world, right? All around the world. And in some places more than others. I won't say where. But we typically, Metta is taught for a dear friend, someone who we just love unconditionally. Typically, we don't use our spouse because often that can be fraught, right? We don't use your boyfriend or girlfriend. We use like someone who's like just a dear, dear friend, benefactor, like somebody like a grandmother or a teacher. Then we go to what we'll be doing today, which is someone in your life who you know. So think of it as somebody who, say, at the dry cleaners or your school crossing guard when maybe your child is in school, or I don't know. It's somebody who you see in your daily life, okay, but who you don't typically exchange more than a few words with, okay? So I'm going to give you a moment to think about who that is. You know, as I'm thinking of it, we might have done this, but I think most of you were not in that one. I have done like 3 different mettas, and Spirit moved me. I was told to start teaching this practice more to help heal the planet and the community. So I think I will stick to that, working with the quote stranger, but then I think I am going to add also someone who you have difficulty with, okay? So I'm changing it up a little bit. And then finally we'll do ourselves. Okay, so get ready. I'm going to have a sip of my tea, and I just want to welcome a few folks. Again, because it's live, I like to talk to you guys a little bit, but in the replay, once I post it, you guys, people are like, oh, who's she talking to for like 8 minutes, you know, because they weren't here. So let me just see if you have any questions, and I'll try and edit out the very early part. Pinks and reds. Oh, yes, I know, right? The bright and darker shades, yes. Is it similar to agape love? Probably, but I'm not. Can you tell me more? Why don't you share with us what is agape love? I suspect it is. So share in the comments. It just shows initials KSH. Go ahead and share that. Sorry for slurping. This is some Tulsi tea. Hello. Yes. Hi. Hi, Tanjila. So Metta is M-E-T-T-A, loving kindness. And a lot of these practices we really need right now. You know, my channel is mostly for women. I speak to a female audience, and I teach meditation, mindset, and manifestation. It took me a while to come to that. So meditation, right? Get your meditation right. You're going to get your energy right. Mindset, which I think is key. For many of us, I'm working on my mindset. I'm absolutely not perfect with mindset, but mindset is key, you guys. And then manifestation, which comes out of the previous 2, comes out of meditation, comes out of mindset. Okay, and then we can manifest. And I think those of us, I am pro prosperity. I think that we need more spiritual people. We need more kind people to be the ones who prosper in our society, so that it's not just like oligarchs who have vast sums of money. I do believe that prosperity, those who are spiritual, those who are loving, those who may have difficulty with money, need to understand that this is our time to step forward and to earn money, because they've proven, especially when women, you guys, when women are given any sort of aid. Okay, these are studies. Again, I'm going off tangent, but that's why I like lives, is because I get to really relate to you and share off of any sort of script. They have found that when women, Percival, do not jump up here. No. Yes, he's talking back. You can probably hear him. When women are given aid, they tend to use the money for their family and to uplift their family and communities. And so it's sort of proven that if the money is given to women in the family, they will actually help the whole family. Just saying what they've seen, okay? That's just, especially, I believe, in third world countries. The women will, of course, they'll take care of the children. They may buy a goat or start, a small little garden or something, and then they uplift the whole family with that. Percival, do you want to come say hi? Percy, you want to say hi? Obviously, I'm a crazy cat lady. I'm going to try to get him. Oh. You guys, he hates to be on camera. He really does. So what we're going to do, we're going to do the metta. So have you picked a stranger? Usually I carry him around sort of like that, and so he's okay with that usually. So pick a stranger. Let me know in the chat who you're going to pick. Somebody who helps you and serves you. It could be the girl at the checkout counter who is always very nice to you, but maybe you don't really speak to her. Okay, so we'll start with them. Yeah, thanks, Natasha. Percy, Natasha says hi. He's turning our back to us, so I'm not sure what that's about, but you know how cats are. Yeah, I know. Me too, Tony. I love cats. I would really like to have another one, but I probably won't do that at this point. So we'll chat afterwards. I'm going to go into the practice, and then I'll be open for questions and stuff, okay? Again, I want those who come in and watch it, the recording, to feel like, oh, okay, we did what she said we were going to do. So sit up nice and tall, right? You don't want to sit like this, you guys. And notice if somebody's depressed, how do they sit? Their head comes forward and they cave in the chest, they cave in the heart area. So right now, just open this up, bring your shoulders back. Okay, it's a yoga teacher and me coming out. Straight spine, and just push the crown, your crown, push it up. Okay, go ahead and lower your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in, blow it out through the mouth. Yeah, let's get into this. I promise you will feel better after this practice. So thank you for tuning in. Do that a few times. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And I'm just going to do the singing bowl. If you can, just turn off your phone if you haven't already. And so the metta practice, you simply repeat these phrases to yourself. Again, they don't have to be perfect. They may not seem like they fit, but just give it a try. So you've picked a person who you know in your life, but who you don't spend a lot of time, you don't give them a lot of attention, but there's someone you interact with. So now just tune into your heart center, to your heart chakra. And this is a practice, so you're not going to feel it right away, perhaps. So bring this person to mind. See them in their environment. Okay, so if it was the guy at the checkout who's always so kind. At my health food store, there's a woman, you guys, who is maybe was a thalidomide baby. I mean, she has some issues, her arms and her legs. Definitely, she's like in a wheelchair. And this woman, you guys, oh my God, is so nice. I mean, you can tell like how my voice changed. This woman is like so kind-hearted, and with obvious things going on with her, right? Her hands are not, like her five fingers are not like regular five fingers. I don't know what the right phrase would be, but her legs are shorter. She must have so much pain at times. So bring to mind somebody who like that. Maybe somebody older, maybe the school crossing guard. For some reason, I'm seeing some of you, it may be the school crossing guard, maybe an older person who's helping the kids cross the street in the past or currently. And just repeat after me. So try to see them. And you just say something like, may you be well. Okay? So the phrase is, may you be well. And then the you is that person. So go ahead now and try it after me. Repeat, may you be well, and try to see that person. Okay? The next phrase is, may you be happy and peaceful. And again, just see them. Of course, now the sun's coming out across. That's okay. Try to see them. But if you don't see or visualize clearly, that's okay. Just think, okay, this is the person that I want to, basically you're sending love. Okay, so the first phrase, may you be well. May you be happy and peaceful. Okay, you can do this. You're generating in your heart love and compassion for this person who is basically almost a stranger to you, a known stranger, maybe the UPS guy, okay? Delivering your Amazon purchases. May you be well. May you be happy and peaceful. May you live with ease of heart and mind. So you're just repeat that to yourself over and over, sending it to that person. You're sending it out. And the final phrase may seem a little weird. It's traditionally, may you be free from suffering. Now, I mentioned that woman who I know must be in pain because of her physical difficulties. If you want to say, may you be free from difficulty or free from harm, choose a phrase like that, okay? But traditionally it is, may you be free from suffering. Let's go through one more time. You're seeing this person or thinking of them. If you have trouble, try to think of or see their environment. So this person that I'm seeing her in the store, in the shop where she works, okay? I'm just trying to bring to mind that setting. You go ahead and see the person, whether on the street or in the shop where you see them, the bakery where you see them. Okay, let's go through one more time. May you be well. May you be happy and peaceful. You're sending this out to them like a ray, like a beam. May you live with ease of heart and mind. May you be free from suffering. Again, you could change that to, may you be safe, or may you be free from harm. Take a nice deep breath in. Just notice how you feel. I am not lying to you. I already feel when you generate that, you change your body chemistry, you change the hormonal flow in the body, you change your blood pressure. So you are helping yourself while you're doing this. Okay. Deep breath in. Stay in that meditative space. I'll just explain the next stage. Now we're going to go to someone who gives you some difficulty. Okay? So we call this a training of the heart and mind. This person is now a little more difficult. we call this person, actually, I'm going to open my eyes. We call this person the difficult person. Okay. So you guys just listen along with me. Stay eyes closed if you like, and just stay in a meditative. So bring that person to mind now. I'm going to give you about 30 seconds. Have a sip of my tea. Who is giving you a little bit of difficulty right now? And yes, I have done this in one of the sessions. But again, don't choose the most difficult person. Do not choose someone who you have super long-standing difficulty with. Maybe someone who you just had a little bit of difficulty with. Okay, have you chosen someone? So this is the difficult person. We're going to just do the same phrases to them, but again, really tap in to your heart. This is healing yourself, okay, as you send this out. Bring to mind this difficult person, and I'm going to picture someone right now. Even just say their name if you can't picture them. Let's go through these phrases, okay, to bring some compassion. May you be well. May you be well. And picture you're sending that out to them. You're sending that out to this difficult person. You're not trying to change them, though. That's really important. Do not consciously think that you're trying to change them. You're trying to, again, this is for you. And very often it will shift the situation, but just for yourself, generate this beautiful quality of compassion and love. May you be well. May you be happy and peaceful. Sending that to this difficult person. Could be a boss. Could be a colleague at work. You don't ever have to tell me. You don't have to tell anyone. So may you be well. May you be happy and peaceful. And go ahead and picture them if you can. Go ahead and picture them. If it's a boss, try to see them at their desk. See them in their setting where you know them. That's the easiest way. May you be happy and peaceful. Just repeat it. May you be happy and peaceful. May you be happy and peaceful. May you live with ease of heart and mind. May you live with ease of heart and mind. Really trying to feel that for them. May you be free from suffering. I'm going to add a little trick here. Go ahead and try this with me. For this difficult person that you are working with, okay, see if you can just really quick think of something that you do like about them. So this difficult person, this boss or colleague at work, can you find one thing that you really like about them? It could be something really even superficial, but just think of what's that one thing you like about them and just bring that to mind. And just feel that in this way, they do have this good quality. So for me, I'm thinking of someone and I realize that they are very helpful to someone else. I've seen them be very kind to a particular person, to others. So just bring what is positive about this difficult person. Maybe you've seen them with their own child and they're very loving. When have you seen them at their best? Okay. One more time. May you be well. May you be happy and peaceful. May you live with ease of heart and mind. Sending that out to them. May you be free from suffering. Send that out to them. Send that out to them. Deep breath in. Beautiful. Take a few deep breaths. And then letting that person go. Just feel like you wipe them from the screen of your mind. Just let them go. Let them go. Beautiful. Okay. And we'll end today, and then I will take questions. Let's do ourselves, okay? We'll do ourselves, and then we'll spread it out to the entire planet. Okay. So now saying to yourself, if you want to bring your hands to your belly or to the heart chakra, I know many of you are going through a lot right now. There is so much uncertainty. It doesn't even matter whether you're, well-to-do, middle class, working class. Everybody has some sense of uncertainty. Some of us may have more than others because of, economic insecurity. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of change. There's a lot of chaos. There are fires in so many places. There's flooding. There's a lot going on. So I just want you to really bring a sense of compassion to yourself here, okay? Again, touch your body either at the heart or down at the belly. And say to yourself, may I be well. Breathe that in. May I be well. May I be happy and peaceful. Some of you, tears may come up. That's okay. That is perfectly normal. May I live with ease of heart and mind. Ease of heart and mind. Without stress, without worry, without anxiety. So all of that is implied, okay? May I be free from suffering. May I be free from harm. Choose whatever works for you, that final phrase. And then go ahead and repeat them. May I be well. May I be happy and peaceful. May I live with ease of heart and mind. May I be free from suffering. And again, the suffering is as simple as the fact that sometimes you have an ache in your back, or you may have a medical condition, or just all levels of discomfort. When you hear suffering, I know we're like, suffering sounds really strong. But again, that's the traditional phrase. So I want to teach it to you the way it is traditionally taught. Let's take a deep breath in together. Exhale out. And now just repeating after me as this feels comfortable for you. I'm going to do this for the entire planet, and so this is a little bit different. May all beings, you can repeat if you'd like, may all beings, whether far or near, and I literally kind of picture that, whether far or near, in high, middle, or low realms of existence, born or unborn, visible or invisible, may all beings without exception be free from suffering. May all beings on the planet, on this beautiful planet of blue and green, may all beings be free from suffering. Deep breath in, inhale, 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 exhale. Go ahead and open your eyes. My light has gotten a little bit odd. I'm just gonna see if I can move. I don't think I really can move too much. So I will take your questions, comments. Let me know how you feel. I know, again, my door is creaking It sounds like, like in a horror movie, right? It's that screen door. I knew it was going to do that. Share in the comments, please. How do you feel? Those of you who are watching this on the replay, the comments will be below. I would love for you to share a comment. And now I'm just going to take questions and chat for a little bit. Okay, so I'm here for that. And I'm calling this Sacred Circle Sunday. Let me know if you'd like me to have these regularly. It's almost like a little live show isn't the right word, but a live time. Okay, so I'm going to read the comments. I know I'm still fussing with my light. You guys know my background is I'm an artist, so the light is very important for artists. If I try to move forward, though, hang on. I don't want to knock everything over. I am on one of my actually art like pedestal thingies, drawers, and everything's sort of stacked up. Let's see. Notice how you feel. And I'm not being, notice it's not just the way the light's hitting me. I now have a glow. Let me promise you that this is basically like prayer. It's just a particular technique. So it doesn't matter really, you guys, what happens. The other person, the difficult person may stay difficult, but you are changing your energy and your vibration, and that is very powerful, trust me. So let me look at the questions here. The person who goes the COVID check-in at work. Okay, yeah, good. That was from Tony. That person takes out temperature and asks about symptoms. She always gives a fresh face mask. Yeah, what we want to do, and I'll explain why that's important. Most of us go through our day. This is not any sort of judgment of you because I don't know you personally, right? But we all do this. We all go through our day, and there are people we interact with. If you, the toll booth taker, and we kind of ignore them. Let's be honest. We ignore them, right? Oh, I just hand them that. Yeah, right. Thanks. You don't look at them. You're like, you're just going about your business. So imagine with all that's going on in the world and all the conflicts and all the hatred that is playing out in the world and has been since the beginning of time. Imagine if everybody had this level of compassion. Okay, so that's why we do this stranger. Then we do the difficult person because you have to practice. If somebody's difficult, it's very hard to be loving to them. It's easy to love people who are nice to you. I mean, come on. If they're nice to you, what's hard about that? Okay, let's see. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kelly. Kelly says, I think you're lovely. You have such a peaceful, warm energy and soothing voice. Blessings to you and beautiful Percy. Thank you, Kelly. And back to you, what you send out. Now, there's more to that, right? Because sometimes we see, wonderful people who things happen to them. I do believe that, well, again, I'll go off on a tangent and I don't necessarily want to, but, there are different energies at play. So things can happen that don't seem to match with a person. That can definitely happen. There are loving, wonderful people who are suffering, of course. So there's so many different things, but a lot can be helped with shifting our energy, no matter what is happening to us and around us. And so also, I want you guys to realize who are here live with me, the 11 of you right now at this point, when anything you do that makes you calmer and more balanced is going to affect your family and literally just a vibration. Okay, this is spiritual law. It's going to affect around you. So just know that you are not being selfish by even taking, this half hour to do this practice or any practice like this. This is helping others. You are literally like doing your spiritual and your work. So yes, thank you for being here. Yes, KSH, doesn't show actual real name was. That was so beautiful. I feel peaceful. Exactly. It works on you. The Buddha famously said anger, and again, this, we all get angry. There's a lot to trigger our anger. I am not one of those like new agey people. It's like, oh yeah, never get angry. Of course, you don't want to suppress anger. You want to be aware of it and work with it. But the Buddha said, and I thought this was so, he's like, anger is like reaching into a fire to grab a hot coal, okay, to throw it at someone else. It burns you as well, okay? And so that is a human emotion, but like this practice we're doing can help with that. I'll give you a really quick example. I think you guys will love this and you'll see it. One group comes to mind, and then Nelson Mandela, for example, and then a lot of Buddhist monks and nuns who like have been imprisoned or tortured after China invaded their country. And many of them have said the thing they worked on most, you guys, and again, same thing with Nelson Mandela being imprisoned for 20 something years. What the monks and nuns said is the thing they worked on the most was to not become like the people who were harming them. So despite being tortured, they did this practice, in fact, that I just taught you, this Metta practice. And I'm sure Nelson Mandela was doing very similar I think I've seen a little bit about that, to keep from getting the same sort of rage and brutality as the people who imprisoned, them. Okay, so the practice I just taught you and that we just did has been used by people in really bad circumstances, and it does have a healing effect on you. So I just want you to know that, and that is what I really hope for you. I was able to call for a circumstance to be at peace and be resolved. Good. Now, Tony, I do want to say thank you for sharing that. Remember, don't do it with the intention to it's a fine line, but this is what my teachers say, especially with a particular person. Don't do it with a particular person, especially. Don't do it like, say, the difficult person. Because in your head, you're like, God, I wish they would change. I wish they would change. Now, this isn't what Tony was saying, but it sparked that. When you send the metta, the loving kindness to a difficult person, just do it as if you know how you give somebody a gift, somebody you really like, and you reach that level where you give them a gift and you don't expect anything back from them. Okay, so don't, let go of the result when you do this. Let go of the result, especially with a specific person. Now, if it's a situation like wildfires or police brutality or, children starving, of course you want a particular result. I understand that. Okay, but don't use it to try to change anyone. That's an important little key. Let me read some more comments, share some comments, and welcome if you're just joining us. If you're just joining us, wait for the replay. I'm taking questions now, but just wait for the replay and start from the beginning. We just did the Metta loving kindness practice. I need to work on emotional regulation, so this is really useful. Yes. Right now with all that's going on, do we have our jobs? Do we not have our jobs? Okay, if we don't have our jobs, is there unemployment? Who will be our leader? Are people going to be more angry and more hateful when, people are trying for more justice? And is everybody going to be over here and over here? Is there going to be conflict? So there's a lot going on. A dear friend of mine, you guys, I'll change the specifics, but their parent just passed away from COVID. They're unable to travel to bury their parent. Can you imagine how hard that would be? And on top of it, they're in California and dealing with a medical issue that the wildfires are making them feel sick, so they can't go out. And I actually used a curse word. I rarely curse, but it was like a cluster blank. I'm like, this is really a cluster for people. I am very grateful, and a lot of it for me at this point is intuition. And I'll share, let me know if you want me to talk a little bit about intuition and staying safe. This is a little different than the metta, but again, that's what I like about the live. Let me know if you want to know, just to talk about intuition and staying safe. And as I wait for questions, you guys, I do want to share, I have 18 women now in the Goddess Circle, and I'm going to share that with you in the chat. It is a very inexpensive way to work with me like this, but more closely. It'll be via Zoom, so I'll be able to talk to you and see you and, in real time. So I just put the link in. It's over on Patreon. It's called the Goddess Circle, and we will meet once a month. And we have a theme for that whole month. So the theme this month is protection. I have videos on my channel. At the end, if you want to see what is this she's talking about, you'll see it's a video. It says something about protection. It's the theme for September. I'll be teaching in that Goddess Circle a method to protect yourself from negative energy. So do join. That is part of the work I'm doing. It's $10 or a higher level is $12, but a month. And we'll meet every month and I'll have a different theme. And it's like a little, what did I call it? It's sort of like, it's a support group, but you're also learning spiritual stuff. So I think it'll be really wonderful. The idea came to me is that I could help my community in a low cost way. And it is, it's my work. So there is a cost. And I appreciate you for joining as the sun comes. The sun is getting ready to set. Let me read your questions and comments, and I'm happy to stay and chat. Yes, I try hard to go with my guy. What, Kayana? To go with your guy? What do you mean? Typo. Yes, I try hard to go with my guy. Excited. Kayana, did you join with your gut? Yes. And so the way to go with our gut. So what I'm saying right now, I happen to be in a very safe place. Now, I'm from New York City, and I've definitely had a lot of trauma in my life. A lot of you know that, I was a teacher for a long time, but in my last full-time job, I was being bullied by 4 males in my department. So I was in higher education, and I was diagnosed with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. And so, I really can understand if you're going through anxiety, depression, PTSD. And especially, like I say, I'm focused on helping women because I think it's important to have a niche. And I feel like that's part of why I came here, is to do that work. Yes. Oh, great, Kayana. I'm so happy. If you're joining today, there's also a bonus. The bonus, I'm going to do some art. Let me just see, you guys. I don't think I have anything close that I can show you. I'm reaching for my sketchbook. Hold on, watch me knock everything over. This is my promise. I have not done it yet. For anyone who joins, the cutoff was supposed to be yesterday. But if you join up until tomorrow, what I'm going to do is also have some downloadable art, like, those mindfulness coloring books. So I'm going to do something. Okay, no, I don't have like a drawing that would make sense to show. I'm going to have just a beautiful black and white line drawing that you can color in, download it. You will have to print it, right? Because how else can I get it to you? I'm not going to mail to everybody my drawing. Okay, that's not happening. If you think, anyway, if you thought for a second that you'd be like, yeah, that wouldn't really be feasible for her. So I will have it as a printable download, and it'll be like all those mindfulness. I don't think it'll just be a mandala. It will have some mandala elements. It might be a figure. It might be, I love hummingbirds. Maybe I'll draw a hummingbird. And so you'll be able to color it in. So you'll have some art that you have done that you could have in your home. So I am doing that as a bonus if you join by midnight tomorrow. Okay. And that would be so awesome. Like I said, it's private, it's by Patreon, and I'll be using Zoom. So I'll be able to see you. And again, if you don't want to be on camera, you don't have to, but you'll be able to talk. If there's enough goddesses that show up live, I will do a breakout room, you guys, where you guys can chat to each other. So again, it's $10 a month, and I know it'll be worth it. And I think it's a great investment in just your spiritual growth. So every month you'll have something you're working on. And for those of you just joining, like Kayana did, it's already posted. It'll always relate to something that's already on my YouTube channel. So I have some videos that are about how to protect yourself, okay, psychically, energetically. And so those are to be used to get ready. And then during our live, I will lead us in a meditation and I'll take questions on that topic. So I'm so excited. Most people who are doing these sort of memberships, they charge about $20 minimum. Some charge 40 or 50. So I wanted this to be an affordable way to work with me for my community. For those who weren't able to like do full coaching, which would be one-on-one. So at least you have this group aspect. You guys, the light's getting really weird. Like I feel like you can hardly see me. Hold on. It's a little bit better. So let me see any questions. So excited. Yep, gut. So trust your gut. For instance, to move where I did, it was an intuitive feeling that it would be right for me. Now, I'm not saying everything has been perfect, but I was leaving New York City and my intuition said to go to this place. And I've always liked the area that I live in. So yeah, I live like in upstate New York, outside of New York City. And so I ask, what you want to do, trust your intuition, ask spirit for like a hint or a clue. So what happened for me was on the date that was my birthday, you guys, on the date that was my birthday, I looked on Twitter, actually, and I looked days later. That's important. Days later, I was looking at a Twitter feed, for some reason, went to the I Love New York. Okay, you guys know, I love New York, it's so exciting, or whatever. You know, they had that that commercial and stuff. So it was like the tourism bureau for New York State, right? And I had already picked this town, but I said, let me know, Spirit, if this is a good idea. And so on my Twitter feed, days after my birthday, but you'll see why this is important, but the tweet was posted on my birthday several days earlier, and it was a picture of the town I wanted to move into. Tell me okay, you guys, like really, tell me if you just think that, oh, well, that's just really coincidence. Like, you don't think that's odd out of 365 days that on the day of my birth, the town that I was asking Spirit, give me a sign if this will be a good place for me to move to, was posted something about that town. Now, the I Love New York, you should know, it focuses on all different things, right? All different towns and events, like this is the Pottery Fest in Kawanaburg, right? It focuses all through the state, like thousands of different events and so on. That day, that was my birth date, it focused on the city I asked Spirit, should I move to? And it gets even weirder. The thing that it showed, because I think I can say that. I'm trying to say how much to reveal, but the image that it used was also, I'm not making this up, a symbol. It related to my birthday, to that very date that it was posted. Astrologically, I'll tell you what it was. It was sunflowers. I love sunflowers, and I am basically, in the Western chart, I'm a Leo. Let me know I really want to know what you guys think. Type in the chat if you don't think that's a lot of of course, there are scientists that are religious and spiritual, but many would just say, oh, it was just a random coincidence that they chose your town, posted it on your birthday, and used a symbol that happens to be of that, your sign. I don't know. I think that, let's see. And then I'll take a question. Do you have any tips on feeling intuitive grounded when your home is not a comfortable place? Yes. Okay, that's a great question, MY, and I will answer that. But you guys who are watching, let me know what you think of that story. To me, that's an example of spirit. Every culture in the world, except Western modern culture, every culture in the world. I don't care where you're from, Irish, Scottish, Czechoslovakian, Kenyan, Nigerian, Japanese, every other traditional culture believed that we were in a living universe and that spirit would send signs, okay? And so let me know what you think of my story in terms of it, because it's a lot of coincidences. It's a lot of coincidences. Okay, you're a Leo too? Okay, see, this is weird because I don't know why I went off onto that story. I'm a Leo. I love sunflowers, LOL. No, that was a sign, yes. You guys, out of how many towns are in New York State? Think about it. Like even in your state, how many towns are there? And you ask, should I move to this town? And then You happen to see in your Twitter feed, I do not follow I Love New York, which is also, I don't follow them. It just happened to be in my feed, which is weird. Mentioning not mentioning picture of the town, picture of sunflowers, which go with the sign Leo, sun. On the date it was posted was my birthday. And that I saw it also random, because you guys know how Twitter is crazy. Like Twitter's like real time. So there were other things too. I'm trying to remember what else, but I took that as the final sign. So let me answer her question, her or his question. I don't know. You guys, some of you don't put pictures. It just shows this little like cutout of a person. And I don't even know your name. So MY says, do you have any tips on feeling intuitive or grounded when your home is not a comfortable place, past toxic roommate, and you can't move for now? I totally understand that. I have been in that situation. I totally understand that. What I would say for you, I have a video. I don't want to take the time because I don't want other people to tune out, but MY, go to my channel, and it's something like it's a root chakra meditation, and I think the picture says COVID and chaos. It is very grounding. It's root chakra, but it also sort of breath awareness. It's really grounding, okay? Watch that video. I don't know, there's so much I could tell you, honestly. There were a lot of different techniques. Let me think what else I have on my channel for free that you could just watch. Don't think I've made a video on that. There is a way where you also sleep incubate. So basically what I'm suggesting, and this is for all of you with any problem you have, before you go to sleep, MY, you're having trouble, toxic roommate, pest, before you go to sleep, state the question and say, don't state the problem, but state it as, how can I move to a wonderful new apartment or home? Boom. Really clear though. And do that every night before you go to sleep. And when you wake up in the morning, if you remember a dream, but more than that, watch for signs in your environment. You guys, let me know what you think of that. If any of you use this, it's called dream incubation. It's your subconscious, but beautiful ones, okay? Our subconscious links with the superconscious. So it's not just your individual subconscious, like the way Freud talked about it, right? With all sorts of problems. That subconscious level of our mind links out with spirit is the best way that I can say it. So try that. Let me know, MY. Okay, good. But so yeah, do the practice. Like I said, the thumbnail is, I think I'm really smiling on it, and it says COVID and chaos. I think that one is a really good, and it's a root chakra. So do that one, but do dream incubation. Have any of you who are watching live, have any of you done this where you ask before you go to sleep, you have a problem and you ask for help, and then in the morning, now what I would say is give it at least 3 days, and I would ask every night. So MY, every single night, if this is a real problem, it's worth, what do you have to lose? Every night, how can I find a better living situation, a wonderful living situation that I love, and write it down. I would take a journal, write it out, and then go to sleep, go right to sleep, and then watch in the day. This is what I predict could happen. Suddenly, again, I know what you're feeling because I've been in that situation. You're feeling like, well, I can't afford to move. There's just no, I live with my family. Just trust spirit. You may meet somebody who's like, oh gosh, my kid just moved out. And I have this like really nice, it's a basement apartment. It's really nice. It goes out to the garden and back. And I don't know, I'm trying to rent it for this amount. I don't know anybody. Do you know anybody? And boom, your problem is solved. So trust that. You guys, let me know in the comments. Give me a thumbs up if you've ever tried this or seen this in your life. That's when you're in the flow with spirit, okay? That can happen for you. And I just wish you the best with that. And I believe you can create, with that support, create what it is you desire, okay? Oh my gosh, that is so funny. You guys, I'm going to read this. So MY says, I will try harder. No, and I'm going to address that. I just seem to always move into bad situations. Also, I actually remember watching your video when you were moving, when I was moving. Yes, MY and everybody watching. I lived in what I called Bat House. Okay, Bat House. That's which now I have a little bat totem. I got like a bat magnet after that. Bats are actually not bad, but of course you don't want bats in your house, please. But bats, we need bats, okay? We so need bats, you guys. Once I moved into Bat House and became aware of the bat situation, I researched bats, of course, being an ex-professor, right? I had to research it. We need bats, and we are basically killing the bats, okay? So don't think of it as try harder, though, MY. It just do it at night, and it's more of a letting go. This is for all of you. When you want to tap into intuition, you don't push intuition. The masculine approach is willpower, and you want willpower. We want that masculine, whether male or female. You need that divine masculine. The feminine approach, the divine feminine, which I'll be sharing more on. Watch my latest videos. It's about allowing. It's about listening, right? Allowing, listening. It's about synchronicity. It's about flow. So don't think you have to try harder, MY, because I hear you blaming yourself a little bit there. Just try that practice, the dream incubation that I just shared, with any problem. So this is for any of you who are watching now live or in the recording. Try it for any problem. And watch in the day for hints. You may literally get, I should look at Craigslist. And you're like, God, I looked at Craigslist, nothing in my area rents for whatever. You know how crazy rents depend where you live. If you live in Alabama, it's different than if you live in New York City. So I'm not even going to give an example. But, so you may be like, well, there's nothing in Craigslist. But if you get a sense, let me, check Craigslist. Just check Craigslist. Somebody may have listed, you guys, this happened to me, to give you an example for MY. And this was actually a wonderful living situation. Oh, God, it's actually a great story. I won't do the whole story, but I saw a horrible apartment. I could not find where I wanted to live when I was in Massachusetts. I wrote it down. I wrote out what I wanted. I swear to you, the next day, I saw an ad, because it was still ads. It was still newspaper. It's a small town. And I went and saw it, and that was it. So I'd been looking for a couple of weeks. I want to say about 3 weeks. I saw a truly horrible apartment that made me angry, because I'm like, you want to rent this for how much? Right? I was angry, not just for myself, like, this is absurd. This apartment is trash, and you want to rent this? So I got so upset, I wrote out what I want. I said, okay, this is what I want. Swear to you guys, the next day, everything. It had a garden, which I wanted. I could walk into the town, yet I wanted to be quiet and have a backyard. It was on almost a dead end street that went like around, so nobody came down there. I could walk into town. The woman's like, oh, I have a garden. I'm not using those plots. Use the garden. She had Wi-Fi. She goes, I'm not going to charge you for Wi-Fi. I was like, me being me, I'm like, well, I think you should charge me. She's just like, I'm not going to charge you for Wi-Fi because I work on the computer all the time. I'm going to have Wi-Fi regardless of if there's a tenant or not. And her rent was so low. And she even said to me, my friends tell me my rent, I know my rent is really low. They're like, you're below market rate. She's like, I don't really care. This is how much my rent is. You guys, I do not make this up. So to MY, you have to have faith. You have to trust that it can happen. Follow the intuition and let go of the past about it. I hear you saying, yes, you do tend to move into difficult situations, and that has been true in the past. The past does not have to be your future unless you let it. Okay? Yeah, with ants, actually, ants are not horrible. I've dealt with ants. A look at peppermint. You guys help me out in the chat. Is it peppermint? There's a really natural essential oil that ants just don't like. I'm trying to remember, and it's great. It was something that was good for the kitchen. If you can, I think I made just like essential oil of peppermint and water and wipe things down with it, and it does leave a smell, and they don't like it. And there's also something else completely natural. Not even boric acid. It wasn't something like that. Google it. There are ways to deal with ants. And just really seal everything, seal everything. Things must not be sealed if ants are there. So you guys, any more questions about the metta or any question at all while you have me here live? Thank you all so, so much. And again, check out the Goddess Circle. I'm calling it Goddess Blessing Circle. The link is right now in the chat. Oh, of course. Yeah. And let me know, seriously, even if it's on a video about something else, let me know how things work out for you. So again, for $10 a month, join the Goddess Circle. It's basically crowdfunding. It's crowdfunding my teaching. So if everybody just pays a little bit, and you're supporting this channel where there's so much free content. So I would love to see you in the private Goddess Circle. I would love to. We are meeting on the 30th. So you have to join before that. If you join by tomorrow, you will get some art. Like I said, some mindfulness art. I need to work on that. So I gotta go. I have so much to do, but I love you for being here. Those of you watching in the replay, I hope this was helpful. And I know it is helpful. I know Metta is helpful. This practice has been around at least, it would be about 2,600 years now. We were saying 2,500 years, and it's like 2,600 years. This Metta, this loving kindness practice, do it, repeat it. And please give the video a thumbs up. The 10 of you who are still here live, give the video a thumbs up right now and leave a comment if you can in the chat. That tells YouTube that you like the video. They'll share it with more people. Kayana, I really enjoy your YouTube. It helps me so much. I'm so excited to finally get in your circle. Great. And what I find, and I'm not just saying this, I hear other people say this, when you invest in something, you will, and you give your energy. When you invest in something, you're telling yourself this is important, and you will start to receive back. So invest in yourself, invest in your spiritual growth, and I know it will support you as we go through these very difficult times. Okay, 2020 has been a very tough year, and I think that especially as women, we need a place to feel supported and where we can thrive. So thank you so much for being here. Let's take a breath in together. Deep breath in, hold the breath in, hold it, hold it, hold it, exhale. And I'm going to just close with the singing bowl here, which looks beautiful in the light. Stay blissed and blessed. Bye-bye.